I'm going on vacation for 4 days and I've got a bit of a hydroponics problem. So these pots will only feed my large lettuce plants for about 2 days before I have to refill them. So I'm basically refilling them every other day in order to keep up with how much the lettuce are drinking. So I've got to come up with a solution so that I'll have enough water with the nutrient solution to fuel my lettuce plants under my grow light. And you'll see in this little video I'll pop up here that I've got quite a lot of lettuce growing on the upper rack. And so I'm gonna basically trim down as much as I can and possibly get rid of as many plants as I can so that all of it will fit on the top rack. And if you've watched my video from last week, you'll see that I created a solution using mason jars. So while the mason jar idea worked out pretty dang well, I'm actually gonna try a different solution where I can actually have more hydroponic water solutions sitting in the reservoir so that the lettuce plants can grow a lot quicker. So let me walk you guys through my thought process and take you along on this journey. I've got about an hour until my wife gets home, and I said I was gonna do this all day. And as you can tell, that hasn't happened. So I've got an hour to do this. Let's get working. So I'm gonna use one of these grill tinfoil things. Hopefully it's big enough, so let me pull it down. Problem here is that these net pots would not sit high enough above the water solution, so my solution would only be able to be, I would mean like a centimeter tall, so that's not gonna work. So I've got to come up with a solution where I can sit my net pots a little bit higher so that they're just at the top of the solution, and then hopefully I'll be able to fill this up with a ton of solution, and this should then last the 4 days I'm on vacation. At least I've got this piece of wood here that I can cover my tin foil with. So I'm basically gonna then put these on some sort of legs so that they're a bit higher, and then kind of box it off so that none of the light gets in. Because as we learned from my other videos, you know, light causes algae to bloom when there's hydroponic solution in there. And so we don't want that problem. Let me go see if I got some wood outside that I can basically build into some legs. Okay, here we go. Got some leg pieces. As you know, failed end table. So we can use these to chop up the legs, make them a perfect height. But if I just chop these here, that might actually work. No, that's gonna be too tall, I think. Let me go break out the measuring tape and see what we got going. All right, so let's see how much of a total distance I have from the top. Looking like a feet tall. Pull this guy in front. See, that is 8 inches. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit tall. Maybe I just take this piece off and that would make it 7 inches, which would give 5 inches of clearance. How tall are these plants? Let's see. Plants are, oh, they need like 6 inches. All right, this solution isn't gonna work. We're just gonna have to do it all from scratch. So let's get started with that. All right, so this is the idea. Basically, I'm gonna have the top section with the holes in it for my hydroponics. Then below it, we'll have all the hydroponic solution. It'll be on legs, and then we'll wall them off around. This is definitely super high right now, but we'll make it about 6 inches tall so that there's plenty of space for the plants. We're gonna get this thing lined up and dialed in. So let's cue the montage, baby. They snagged up a little bit, but hey, a couple perfect cuts. So let's line this up and see how much we've got to cut off the main board, and then we'll start drilling some holes. All right, so this is kind of what we got. We'll set it up. You know, these are the 4 corners. Pop that on top. All right, I just did a time check. It's 4:06, so 36 minutes into this bad boy. Not too bad. So let's get drilling, and hopefully we can finish this up by 4:30. Also, that's a dog in the background. He's barking because he wants to be out here, but as you can tell, he doesn't like the sound of the saw. And honestly, I don't like the sound of the saw either. So he's stuck inside. So that's why if you hear a little barking in the background, that's him. That sums up my carpenter skills. He's back. Cool place. That's the only trick he knows. Oakley, lay down. All right, you can stay here until the saw comes out. So relax, bud. Attempt number 2. Look at this. It'll be perfect while I'm hanging here, dripping right into the basket. Let's drill some holes. This is the worst part about drilling the 3-inch holes. I mean, look at this thing, it always gets stuck in here. I should probably watch a YouTube video on how to get it out, but yeah, let's drill this last hole and then see how it all looks. Not half bad.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Look at that, so I've got, the holes are too far apart and the container's not big enough. So let's see what I got in the house to see if we can fix this. If not, I'm gonna be in a bit of a sticky situation.
All right, so I think I can just more or less center this, kind of line it up, and then I'll just pull the roots inwards. It's not that far off left and right, and then I can kind of center it in here. I don't really have a big enough container, but I think this will work. I mean, this is gonna be a ton of hydroponic fuel sitting in here. So yeah, let's try to box this off and maybe line it up a little bit. Maybe put something in there to keep it in the right spot. And then yeah, we'll start putting some plants in here, and then we're on our way, baby. Off to a little vacation. Woo woo. That's not gonna work.
That's not good.
I can't get these unscrewed. These are kind of now distorted, so I can't unscrew these. So I've got a backup plan, and hopefully it still looks nice. You're thinking, Chris, what are you gonna do now? The old switcheroo. All right, so now this thing's starting to get a little janky, but we'll make do with what we got here. It's a little off-centered on this side, but I mean, this is just a temporary solution. We'll do a more in-depth solution in one of my next videos. We'll make it more of a centerpiece. We'll sand it, we'll stain it, we'll do the whole thing. But at this point, I'm just trying to get this thing done, and it's honestly past 4:30, so this is taking me a lot longer than expected, but hey, we'll get her done. I guess this is what you get when you use cheap IKEA screws. We're making things happen. All right, I'm just gonna block off these sides. I don't know if I've got thin enough wood left, so I'm gonna have to get creative with something else. So let me think about that real quick. You're probably wondering, Chris, what's all that banging from? Let me show you. See you later, cockroach. All right, so we'll have a hard front side, and then on the back side, so we can slide the solution spray in and out on the back side, we'll do that. This thing's really coming together. Here, we got, this will be like kind of from the front. I know, kind of messed up on this side, a little off, but we'll improve on the next time. But yeah, so we've got the front section, and we'll come around here, slide it right in there. Can't even tell. It's like, I'm thinking maybe like a sliding door back here. All right, that's what we're gonna work with for now. I'm gonna use this piece of wood as kind of a barricade to kind of trap everything in, keep the light out. This was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be, but yeah, let's fill it up with some fluid. Let's get these plants in there, let's get it under the light, and yeah, then we can be all wrapped up. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. And as always, hit subscribe, and well, yeah, let's wrap her up. Nobody saw that one. Yeah, you can see there's not much solution left in these bad boys. Now ain't that dang cool. All right, this is the completed vacation-proof hydroponic system. If you liked the video, hit subscribe. I didn't put the solution in here yet, but I'll put that in when I slide it in under the grow light. So yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, happy growing. That can literally hold a gallon of hydroponic nutrients. My other ones could maybe hold 4 ounces each, so this is insane.